Welcome to Ladies of Another View on Beck. I hope you all had a great weekend. We had some much needed rain, but before we get started, I want to introduce ourselves. I'm Mary, and this is Carmen. And we have a new face here on the panel. Her name is Bee Streifel. And then we have Patty down at the end. And so, Bee, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I moved to this area in 1990, I believe it was, and spent about 30 years representing a worldwide jewelry company and traveling all over the world and just really loving that lifestyle. I went to crazy fun places like Athens, Greece.
Oh, wow.
Rome, Italy, Nice, France.
Oh, gosh.
Madrid, Spain. Yeah, just so much fun and just a absolutely blessed life so far. So I've just been doing that for 30 years and now just kind of trying to find a new passion because COVID kind of set us on our back heels with the business. So.
And that's right. You had mentioned, because I hadn't heard it before, but it's actually Park Lane Jewelry, which is fine. We can say that. And you built a multi-million-dollar team. And so that's a pretty big deal.
Yes, and lots of fun.
And
lots of travel.
Yeah.
Lots of friends. Yeah, that's how I met the majority of the people that I know in this area, is just simply by being the jewelry lady.
Oh, fun. That's awesome. And so what's going on, like, say, real recently? We talked a little bit. You're kind of involved in the school board a little bit, aren't you?
Well, I met a group of parents just simply through some political stuff that I've been doing, and I met a group of parents that are just really sick of their kids being trapped in masks all day, and just wondering if we could establish some sort of group that represents the parents, kind of like a teachers union, but for parents, where people could come to the school board and have a group that they've connected with and that they're comfortable with, and they can use it as a representation at the school board meeting. So we started this group called Let Freedom Ring, and we appeared at the school board last week, and I believe there's going to be some at the school board again tonight. The school board meeting is 5:15. And we had a really nice little surprise last week at our meeting. We had some legislators stop in and give us some feedback and encourage us. And
just to clarify, that's the Bismarck School Board meeting.
BPS School Board meeting, correct.
And there is a meeting tonight at 5:15?
5:15 in the City County Building, 221 North 5th Street.
Perfect.
By heart.
So if you're listening to this right now, we are not going to take offense if you grab your coat and get down there.
Absolutely. Take
Right.
off.
It's
because
important they hear from you.
Perfect, perfect. All right, so other than that, I know you kind of know your way around the Capitol a little bit and just dabble a little bit in politics. And
I've met some friends there too. It's been fascinating. This session has just been incredible. I kind of got started in the whole political thing in 2018, just simply because I had a knock at my door. I was in the jewelry business, so I'm at home during the day, and had a knock at my door, and there was this gentleman at the door, and he said, "I don't know if you know this or not, but you have a red line drawn through your driveway." And shows me a map. Sure enough, there's a red line through my driveway, and he said it was going to be the splitting up of my property and the destruction of my home. Eminent domain words were in there, and I just thought, oh, I don't think so.
so
What
what's
were
that?
they
What's that
planning on
about?
doing? I mean,
It was called the Highway 83 realignment bypass, but they forgot to let us know. So 2 of the 3
gosh.
public meetings had already been held, and we were out of time. And so I started a Facebook group, and I went door to door, and then we held a neighborhood meeting in like just a shop that we tried to clean up. And we had over 75 people at the neighborhood meeting, and a couple of county commissioners so gracious to join us, Jerry Woodcocks and Doug Schoner. And we had a several hour-long meeting. We got to hash a lot of things out, and the MPO or whoever had started this whole study had actually hired a Minnesota company to come in and process the land, like try to decide where to put this bypass, and hadn't consulted any of the people whose properties were going to be
Affected.
chopped up.
Wow.
And yeah, so
typical.
we ended up having quite a big voice. We were on the front page of the Bismarck Tribune. It was also fun for all of us, and we ended up, the 3rd public meeting that hadn't been held yet ended up getting pushed. And we started this in August, and the meeting was supposed to be held in October, I believe it was, but they just pushed it to the next year because of the people's voice, and people actually getting involved and standing up and having something to say about it.
And I think people are doing that more nowadays. There's more grassroots movements that are just on every level, whether it's in the cattle industry or your political. I'm at a loss for words. Things that are going on. People that start these groups are getting stuff done. They're starting to listen. But anyway, I digress. It is so great to have you here. And, we want to welcome you.
Yep.
But we're going to kind of skip to another subject because we got some much needed rain this morning, right? And I wanted to go a little bit about talk about the drought that we've been having right here in North Dakota. If you can pop up that map of the drought, we are in a severe drought, extreme drought. And although we got a little bit of rain, it might help get the crop up, but there's not a lot of rain in the forecast. My husband, he watches these things really, really closely. But I want to go ahead through so we're in the D3, the extreme. Now in the D0, germination is poor, etc. In D1, crops and pasture and water is stressed. Farmers are encouraged to have a drought plan. Fire danger, we've gone through all that. Pond and creek levels begin to decline. Well, if you drive through the countryside, because we had 0 snow this year, the ponds are empty. And so go to the next one with the D2. That's the soil moisture is low, open burn and fireworks restriction. And nobody likes fireworks restriction in Mandan, North Dakota, for Pete's sake. Conditions are dusty, air quality is poor, fertilizer sales are low at the elevators, and river flow is decreased. And so we've already seen all of that. And now let's pop to D3. This is where we are. Crops stop growing. And if you go through, just take a drive anywhere in North Dakota, and the prairies are just brown.
Yep.
So the blue-green algae blooms. Now we're not starting that. Well, we don't have any water to start it in the first place. But anyway, so we are in an extreme drought, and people don't always understand that when farmers and ranchers hurt, like this is D4, so we're right next to D4. When farmers and ranchers hurt, North Dakota is, agriculture is the #1 industry in North Dakota. And when farmers and ranchers hurt, Main Street hurts. They're not buying cars, they're not buying tractors, they're not buying much of anything, they're not taking trips, they're not doing anything. Also people, they always think that oil and gas is #1, but it's agriculture in North Dakota. So have you had any, I know you live kind of on the edge of town, what does your backyard look like?
Dry.
It's that
we've had the Rainbird sprinkler just slumbering along and trying to put some water into it, but it's scary.
But
it's scary
when I
bad.
say backyard for you, you overlook quite a pasture area
Huge
with
pasture.
ponds.
It's totally brown, and there's a pond out there, or it's been a stock dam that's always had water in it, and last summer it dried up, and it's bone dry, and they went and dredged it this spring early, trying to get it to start filling again, and there's just nothing there.
And this is a dry season on top of last summer's dry season. And a lot of people don't realize, because we just came out of winter, so we're used to brown, we're used to everything being dry. But if you drive over to Minnesota, it's very different. It's all green there, and then you realize, my gosh, yeah,
My
big
horses
difference.
are completely out of hay, and it's just a really good thing that they're fat. Like
Right.
extremely fat. Hopefully they find something on their own for a little bit here.
Yeah, I think maybe I should shut down my own water for that matter. All right, well, we will be back after this to talk to Nicole. She's going to talk a little bit about immigration and what's going on right here in North Dakota. That's next on Ladies of Another View on Beck.
Respect, innovation, trust, and excellence. These core values can be seen in every building built by Straightway Construction. In the community for over 15 years, Straightway Construction has become the premier construction company for commercial projects. From dirt to design and framing to finish, Straightway Construction is your #1 choice. You won't have to look far to find a project that has that Straightway touch. Call them today or go online to straightwayconstruction.com and let them make your vision a reality.
Hi, I'm Dennis Haugen, along with my sons Andy and Mike, and we're showing our support for wind energy in North Dakota. Wind energy has provided farmers like us with a steady stream of income that's not tied to the weather like crops and cattle are.
Another bonus is that wind farm owners are required to maintain the roads leading up to the turbines. Because of that, oftentimes these roads are the best in the county.
Wind energy is good for landowners, it's good for the land, it's good for our economy, and it's good for North Dakota.
Hop in the rig and go down the road with me. We'll cover local and national stories that impact you. What happens with national debt? Does anybody even care anymore? Do you think Governor Burgum truly understands the legislative process?
You know, I think he's got a better understanding now than he did 2 years ago.
Why in the world are we having a conversation about being anti-vaccination? Down the road with Joel Heitkamp weekdays at 5:30 Central on Beck News and online at beck.news.
Pub 21, your one stop for fun, drinks, and food. Our spacious facility provides COVID-safe fun for you and all your friends. With nightly bingo and specials, you can be sure there's something to do for everyone. If you're staying in for the night, we've got you covered just across the way with Pub 21 Liquor. We have a wide variety of options, from wine to whiskey and everything in between. Stop in today at 1014 South 12th Street in Bismarck to see what all the buzz is about. You won't be disappointed.
40 years ago, Aero Service Team started with one truck and lots of hard work.
Times may have changed, but the hard work that we put in to get your lives back in order after fire, water, and disaster hasn't.
Over the years, we've seen so many families lose their belongings due to water and fire damage. Restoring homes back to the original state has made every hour of hard work well worth it.
Thank you for trusting our family with yours.
When disaster strikes, you only have to make one call. Aero Service Team does it all.
Welcome back to Ladies of Another View on Beck. We are joined here by Nicole Egeberg, and she is with the North Dakotans for Legal Immigration and Pro-Second Amendment Sanctuary. And we're glad to have you here today, Nicole.
Oh, thanks for bringing me in. Thank you.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Nicole Egeberg, family farm up in Donnybrook, grew up between Minot, graduated from Minot High. Not much to tell. I'm just a basic concerned North Dakota resident, concerned about what's going on in the area, watching Western North Dakota. I have a fear that they're going to try to bring illegal immigrants in here, and a lot of people are pretty rattled. We have quite a team, but I don't know if you guys are aware, but our governor, as of 1/21 today, it came out that he signed as a sanctuary state. We're now a gun sanctuary state. So we can remove that off the docket.
Fantastic.
Is that not exciting?
Yeah.
Thank you, Governor Burgum. We want
Thank
to
you,
just
Governor.
Yes,
reach out,
thank you.
Absolutely. So does that mean that doesn't make any changes for open carry or anything like that? It's just that we are a sanctuary state.
Yeah, we're a gun sanctuary state.
Okay, so tell our viewers what that means exactly.
Protecting our Second Amendment rights is what a gun sanctuary state is.
So then
the
federal government can't come in and make changes because we are a sanctuary state and our laws will trump a federal law.
You got it. Yep.
Perfect.
And that's the amazing thing about civics law is, you can take care of it on different levels.
I noticed that the governor had made a comment, something to the effect that it will send a strong message that we will not, we won't go down without a fight if the feds try to come in here and do anything as far as our gun rights.
Yeah.
Which I thought, go Governor Burgum.
We had one or two sanctuary counties already, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Emmons
Stark
County was, and
Stark. Okay,
County,
so Emmons is the other one. I wasn't sure.
So
I was going to look it up before I came in.
This is wonderful news.
Yeah, this is good news.
And so how do we make sure that each county has it? Are we supposed to go to the county commissioner meetings to try to get each county also, or is it going to be okay just to have the state as a sanctuary now?
I strongly believe we'll be okay at a state level. I'm hoping we don't have to take it to the next civics level, because our forefathers, they developed this whole pyramid for a reason. It's to protect the people. It's not about the politicians that are elected by the people, it's for the people.
It is good to have the protection at every level.
I agree.
Of city and county and state. And it is a good test, too, to determine whether the sheriff in the area is a constitutionally minded sheriff or not.
And, we're going to have to find that out anyways, because with North Dakota, the team for legal immigration, we're going to need to talk to the 53. There's 53 counties here in the state of North Dakota. Are they constitutional sheriffs? I want to believe in my heart they are. And then are our county commissioner panels that have been elected by the people when we go, because we want to ban sanctuary cities and we want to ban illegal immigration per county because our governor hasn't done it.
But he did just write a letter stating that we were not going to allow illegal immigration.
He did not say that. He opposed the idea, and he said, we urge.
See, and when you look at that letter, there's so many, you can read between the lines to find out exactly what he says. But he says, as a northern border state, we have seen unsettling media reports that North Dakota is being considered by Department of Homeland Security officials as a site for bringing in the relocation of immigrants. You've done a little research on that. Why don't you tell us about it?
Oh, where do you want me to start? I've got a lot of research.
Yes.
So, and I even have more out in my vehicle. I started doing some checks, and you know, a lot of people pull up sites on Google.com and Yahoo.com. Unfortunately, they are big tech censored controlled, and they're big government censored controlled. So I'm not very trusting in those sites. So I started doing some research. Some places came up where we're a sanctuary state, and then I started pulling sanctuary cities, and it's such a gray area. So I got on Alive and I said, are we a sanctuary state and we're unaware of it? And we still can't totally answer that question. So I figure instead of being reactive and find out later, how about we're proactive and we start going county to county? The North Dakota team has built, they're already at close to 1,500. I mean, they're showing, they have to like or love their county, they're at 25. And they're messaging me saying there's 3-4 people that are going to come with me. So a lot of these teams that are going to go start talking, but first we have to find 1 to 2 constitutional attorneys because we want to make it legal and transparent through all counties. They're all bringing in the same document. I'm not going to say that their county attorneys may make some tweaks and some changes, but then it's uniform across all 53 counties when they're bringing us in to start talking to the sheriffs and the county commissioners. So right now we're in phase 2 because I'm a big one for strategies and then execution. So it was to get the page going, and the page is built. Now we're in phase 2.
And when you say page, it's a Facebook page.
It's a Facebook page.
And again, it's called North Dakotans for Legal Immigration and Pro Second Amendment Sanctuary.
Correct, yep.
Okay. So what I want to do is, you had sent a few screenshots of information that you wanted to share.
Correct.
First of all, this is just our cover page. But here, tell us what it's about. This is the About page.
Well, the welcome, you know, North Dakotans, it's time to be on the offensive, not the defensive. Again, be proactive, not reactive.
Sure.
We need to combat this before the illegals are coming in. There's 2 things when it comes to banning sanctuary cities and banning illegals. A lot of people don't look at it in this matter. It is, it's protecting our infrastructure. And our infrastructure is our law enforcement. Our infrastructure is our teachers. Our infrastructure is our schools. Our infrastructure is the tax dollars that everyone in this room plus every other resident pays. That's protecting our infrastructure, which is key. If we don't have an infrastructure, none of us have much to go off in here.
Exactly.
So it's protecting it.
Okay, so let's, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, what do you say to the people that say you're so cold-hearted? I mean, these people need a place to live. They've survived all this horrible stuff to get here. And where do you go with that when you get that argument?
I agree 100%. But now in all the studies that I've looked at, and I've shared many sites with people, when it comes to asylum seekers, they've found, and they said this is a high percentage, 12%. So right now I've seen a recent mail that they allowed 4,000 asylum seekers. Of that, only 12% are actually true asylum. They're just saying it to get in.
Right.
So if you look at 1,000 illegal immigrants that are actually true asylum, only about 120 are actually true asylum. And that comes right off Washington, right off it's lots of articles. They're saying 12%.
And so I don't know what your research says, but what I've read, there hasn't been a whole lot of vetting that has gone on for the illegals that are crossing the border. So we don't know if they're cartel members. We don't know if they're
gang members,
if they're
MS-13.
right, or if they're terrorists from the Mideast or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't really know. And so I think for me anyway, that's one of the reasons that I'm just like, this has to stop, because we need to protect our kids from a lot of things these days, and that's part of it too. We don't want a new drug and whatever element in our communities as well.
It's our infrastructure. I mean, I think, all of us here on this panel today, we come from immigration. We come from legal immigration. And they didn't come they came here to be Americans. We're all North Dakotans and we're all Americans. But our backgrounds, it's immigration. In one way, shape, or form, but they came here legally. They came here the right way. Some spent 3 weeks just on Ellis Island.
Sure.
They were quarantined on Ellis Island to make sure, and then properly vetting to come through.
Well, Nicole, we have a lot more to talk about, but we're going to take a quick break because that's what we do here on Ladies of Another View on Beck. We'll be right back.
Jeez, what a mess. Look at that. There's roof stuff everywhere. It's so embarrassing. Ruins the neighborhood. Come on, humans. Let's get this fixed.
Don't let your roof go to the dogs. Call America's Best Contractors for your free estimate.
Need a new woof?
After checking with the rest, go with the best. America's Best Contractors. 258-2412. Online at americasbestcontractorsincorporated.com.
Indoor football is back in Bismarck. Bucks football season is right around the corner. Grab a friend or family member for a night of action-packed, hard-hitting entertainment. The Bucks open at the Bismarck Event Center May 8th as they take on the Massachusetts Pirates. Catch the sweetest seats in the house right on the sidelines with VIP service at a Bucks turf table. Available now for single-game purchases. Secure your tickets today by calling 701-595-0771. Bucks football, half the field and double the fun.
At Beck Communications, we've been planning for your future. Over the past decade, we've placed nearly 200,000 miles of dedicated fiber optics in the ground. Enough fiber optic strands to circle the world 8 times. Taking no shortcuts, we connected every home and business in our service area with dedicated fiber optics. It's your personal, unrestricted, unthrottled connection to the world. Best of all, this dedicated fiber means you do not share your connection. We call this intimate dedicated connection Beck Fiber.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. The first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream sheets. When you buy one set of sheets, you'll get another set absolutely free.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car! How will we? The car! Your offer has been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing. But how will we? The closing!
Hey everybody, I'm Doug Billings, your host of The Right Side with Doug Billings on Beck News. We bring you high-profile guests, ladies and gentlemen, exclusive guests. Now, you're not going to see these guests in most of the mainstream media outlets. Another thing that I do here is give guests a platform to speak freely. You're not going to see me censor anybody. Please join us, won't you? Weeknights right here on Beck TV and online at beck.news. Cheers.
Welcome back to Ladies of Another View on Beck. We are with Nicole Egeberg, which is a Norwegian name. Yes?
Yes.
You betcha.
You betcha. Ufta udemeda.
Yeah, doing it better. That's German. Anyway, so before we get into too much more conversation, I want our viewers to take a look at this from Water's World.
Revealing word the president said on Thursday was the word accommodate.
What we're doing now is attempting to rebuild the system that can accommodate what is happening today, 5,000 beds in the Texas border. So we're building back up the capacity that should have been maintained and built upon.
So in his own words, the president admitted he doesn't have a plan to stop illegal immigration. He has a plan to accommodate it. He's paying for illegal immigrant hotel accommodations. He's building more tent cities, buying more beds, buying plane tickets, buying bus tickets, housing them in military bases. He's absorbing illegals, not expelling them. Here's NBC News-owned Comcast, huge Biden donor, asking, Mr. President, when will you grant us permission to cover our own government?
Will you commit to allowing journalists to have access to the facilities that are overcrowded moving forward?
I will commit when my plan very shortly is underway.
Will you commit to transparency on this issue?
I will commit to transparency. And as soon as I am in a position to be able to implement what we're doing right now.
Just to be clear, how soon will that be, Mr. President?
I don't know.
NBC just ended it right there. Will King Biden, so gracious and kind, allow freedom of the press? Pretty please? When will that be? Oh, you don't know? Okay. We'll just wait here with our cameras until you say it's okay for us to do our jobs. The media doesn't really want to cover the border crisis. They want to pretend to try to cover the border crisis. Good effort, guys. So believable. The second pillar of the Biden border plan, if you can call it that, besides accommodating the caravans, is to send Kamala Harris to Central America.
I've asked the Vice President of the United States yesterday to be the lead person on dealing with focusing on the fundamental reasons why people leave. We're going to be spending that $700+ million a year to change the life and circumstances of why people leave in the first place.
So Kamala Harris, with her decades of experience in international diplomacy and migration in the Western Hemisphere, is going to fly south and shower Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras with nearly $1 billion of our money, and make Central America so great that no one ever wants to leave. Joe Biden admits this could take a while. Does this sound like something that'll work? No, seriously, does this sound like a real plan? Of course it doesn't. Not a single reporter asked the president, Mr. President, we've been sending Central America billions of dollars for decades.
I just love Water's World. It's one of my favorite shows. I mean, he puts his little bit of sarcastic spin on it.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I just wanted to, something else that has come about within the last couple of weeks is we're not supposed to use alien anymore. An alien is now going to be called a non-citizen. Unaccompanied alien children will be non-citizen unaccompanied children, and undocumented alien, illegal alien will be undocumented non-citizen or undocumented individual or migrant. Assimilation will be called integration or civil integration, and immigrant assimilation will be immigrant integration. So I guess words matter.
They are an illegal immigrant or they're a legal immigrant? Which
well,
we're
no,
for?
They're actually an illegal alien. An immigrant comes in legally. If you're here illegally, it's actually an illegal alien.
Okay.
And so Jana Myrdal told us that. You know, she immigrated here from Norway, and she is up on the Hill. You know, she's a representative for us, and just a lovely, lovely lady. But we had talked during the break a little bit about how, like, my parents didn't know a word of English before they went to school. And you were saying, who else had you?
I said my dad. He had like 2 weeks to learn it, or he was out of school, and that
was
it.
Norwegian,
and
right?
That was Norwegian. That's all he spoke. So yeah, and that's my problem. One of my problems. It's not that I'm against people coming in,
No.
but we hear it over and over, and it started. I will go back to the same thing again. Obama said he wanted to fundamentally transform this country, and it's working. He got it started, and it's been rolling. But it's not that I care. I mean, they can come, but do they really want to be Americans, or do they want America to change to accommodate what they left to come? I mean, I don't. If you want to be an American, come to our country. If you want us to change our whole structure so that you feel comfortable in, why don't you pick another country or go back to
Exactly.
where you were? Because why should we have to change our whole life and our whole world that we've lived in for 2 centuries now, whatever it is? It doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly.
And we're paying for all of it with our tax dollars.
My
Our
heart breaks
infrastructure.
for the children.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure you all saw the video of the children that were dropped over the
Oh, yes.
southern wall.
We had it on the show here.
14 feet down, and my heart breaks for those children. I was actually born in Canada, and
Okay.
it was only because I grew up a mile south of Canada, and healthcare was free there. But I did have to go through the whole swearing in process, being naturalized in a little room in Portal, North Dakota. So, yeah, it is. I'm happy to see that your Facebook page is called Pro Legal Immigration.
Yes.
And not a negative.
No, no. We need legal immigration. We need immigrants to come. That was, they were pioneers here in North Dakota. If it wasn't for those legal immigrants that came, would North Dakota ever be what it is today?
Right.
Or what about other states?
Sure.
Would they were legal?
So let's pop up the next visual that you sent to us, and we'll have you talk about it. Okay, and this is the definition of the sanctuary city. A city in which the local government and police protect undocumented immigrants and refugees from deportation by federal authorities. Now, is there any evidence that we have sanctuary cities in North Dakota?
It shows there's 2 where they're at. So I've had people messaging me saying it's 2 prisons here in the state, or they say, oh, it's Fargo or it's Grand Forks. There's no proof. And I say, well, I'm not going to throw this out here because I have no proof. I said, my question is, if we have 2 sanctuary cities, where are they? So, and a gentleman got on some radio talk show and they sent that to me too, stating it was 2 prisons. And I'm not going to state the prisons because I don't have the facts. I don't have the documentation. So it's a bunch of verbal. I just, is it yes? Is it no? Is it gray? And then somebody made a comment to me, it could be possible we have 2 undeclared sanctuary cities. I said, okay, which ones are they?
Right.
So when you say it says 2.
What do you mean, it says 2?
You said it says that there's 2 sanctuary cities.
On the information that I found. On the information I've found. And I found it on DuckDuckGo. When I Googled sanctuary cities, all these different maps started coming up, and I went, okay, what's going on here? And then I started going on the World Wide Web. These maps started coming up, because I don't trust Google or Yahoo, because, again,
But see, Google did recently purchase DuckDuckGo, just so you know that.
Okay.
And it's kind of scary.
Yeah, it is kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So then I found other information on the World Wide Web, and I said, okay, I have some questions, and they're not getting answered.
Okay, well,
And-
let's pop up the next visual that you sent us, and we'll see what that. This is the definition of a sealed indictment, so I don't know where you were going with this. Tell us what.
When it comes to sealed indictments, if that map that I sent you, it shows 104 sealed indictments for immigration, for aliens. So on one indictment, and there's the map. So if you look, there's pedophilia, human trafficking. So my concentration, human trafficking, that can come in with illegals. We all know that drugs can come in with illegal, pedophilia, firearms, but illegal aliens, note the 104. Now, I talked with a couple of attorneys. I'm not in law. So
All right.
when you talk about 104 sealed indictments, they said that one of those unsealed indictments can have 100 arrests.
Oh, sure, because these.
And I had no
Okay.
idea.
All right, well, obviously, we're going to have you back on again because we have simply run out of time for today. But thank you for being here.
Thank you. It was
Thank
nice to
you.
meet you
And
guys.
starting the information, getting people to talk about it. But we'll be right back after this on Ladies of Another View on Beck.
Beck Communications is hiring. Beck Communications is now seeking qualified applicants for promotion commercial producer position in our Bismarck Beck location. This position will assist Beck News and Beck Sports. To view the job details, visit www.beck.coop. To apply, email your cover letter and resume to careers@bechtel.coop. Beck Communications, making connections that matter.
Since opening in Hebron in 1940, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been your hometown bank. Our mission has been to provide modern banking convenience with old-fashioned hometown service. We've grown with the communities we serve. Through year-round events, countless sponsorships, and nearly 7,000 hours of volunteering each year. Learn more about our 80-year history at dakotacommunitybank.com.
Respect, innovation, trust, and excellence. These core values can be seen in every building built by Straightway Construction. In the community for over 15 years, Straightway Construction has become the premier construction company for commercial projects. From dirt to design and framing to finish, Straightway Construction is your #1 choice. You won't have to look far to find a project that has that Straightway touch. Call them today or go online to straightwayconstruction.com and let them make your vision a reality.
Jeez, what a mess. Look at that. There's roof stuff everywhere. It's so embarrassing. Ruins the neighborhood. Come on, humans. Let's get this fixed.
Don't let your roof go to the dogs. Call America's Best Contractors for your free estimate.
Need a new woof?
After checking with the rest, go with the best. America's Best Contractors. 258-2412. Online at americasbestcontractorsincorporated.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. The first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors. Use your promo code, and for a limited time, when you buy one set of sheets, you'll get another set absolutely free.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Welcome back to Ladies of Another View on Beck. We have done a little swapping out again. It's a busy day here, obviously, but we have Katie Oakland joining us, and she is with the TR for Heart and Soul, and that TR stands for Therapeutic Riding, correct?
Correct.
And you were on about 2-3 months ago or so, and she actually brought us these lovely, okay, there's her, there's the webpage, the Therapeutic Riding for HAS.org, if anybody wants to learn a little bit more about it. But you were here and you wanted to visit a little bit about an upcoming event at the Bismarck Cancer Center.
Yeah, so we do some co-programming with the Bismarck Cancer Center, and it's a great organization. We've been with the Bismarck Cancer Center for about 2 years, and nobody that is surviving cancer or survived cancer in our program has had to pay for services in our program because of our co-fundraisers. So this weekend on Saturday at Borrowed Bucks Roadhouse, we have a downtown derby to celebrate the Kentucky Derby.
So what is a downtown derby? Do I need to like wear a hat?
Yep, so we have a best dress contest.
Oh, gosh.
We have a best hat contest, and we have a Dakota Community Bank and Horizon Financial sponsored it, so we'll have grilling out burgers and hot dogs, and you get a free drink ticket. And then we have other games, and we get to watch the Derby and kind of celebrate those folks surviving cancer and equine-assisted services.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm actually looking forward to that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It's really fun.
It is. So tell us some success stories, or some of the, if it's kids or adults, tell us some success stories with cancer. I know you do for different emotional support, etc. But tell us some of the cancer survival stories or the help stories.
And one of the greatest things is that the Cancer Center not only supports the person that's going through treatment, but they also pay for somebody in their family or a close friend to kind of as an emotional support to go through the program with them. So we have a young girl, and her dad had brain cancer, and she was with the program, and now she's become a volunteer, and she really works with at-risk youth. She said, I haven't really been in your shoes, but I know what it's like to go through some tough situations. So just some of the things that they go through, you know, when their parents are going through cancer, or how it affects the family. The horses really show up and are mindful for these people. Yeah.
So then, as far as, tell us how to get on the list to be able to get involved with the TR Heart for Soul.
Yeah, absolutely. When we first started the cancer program, we would have one specific night a month that cancer survivors or cancer patients could come to. But since then, we realized just with chemo and radiation, you're not always feeling the best on that one night. So now we just have an ongoing openings for Bismarck Cancer Center patients. So if you just send us a Facebook message or an email, we'll get you the forms needed so you can start immediately, because we really want the time that you have to be special and something you can enjoy.
Right. For our viewers that maybe didn't catch you when you were here the first time with us, what do you do overall? It's not just cancer, kids and adults that you work with. It's a lot of different things, right? Could you just touch on that?
Absolutely. Our mission is to improve the lives of individuals with disabilities, at-risk youth, and those terminally ill through the heart and soul of a horse. So we incorporate, we have a couple different classes, like the physical movements, the social-emotional powers of a horse, to offer therapeutic support. So we, not only serve people with cancer, but our main population is somebody with a developmental or a physical disability.
Right, right. Yeah. And I remember I was always fascinated when you were here last time and you talked about how the movement of the horse is like the movement, like for kids who can't walk, let's say, that movement triggers something with their pelvis where their brain starts to pick up. I remember you talking about the one kid that started to walk a little bit.
At 6 years old, he utilized a wheelchair. He's still walking. He comes Wednesday nights. He's a great kid, but yeah, the movement of a horse is a motion, a three-dimensional movement that's exactly the same as a human's. So through the repetitive movement, it signals neural pathways, and it tells the body that they're walking. So it has proven success not only with our program, but research has shown worldwide that the movement of horse can really produce miracles.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
I got goosebumps just saying it again.
Horses seem to sense when something's different with a person, or if someone's in sorrow or in some way hurting in their soul and mind and body. And
absolutely. Dr. Stephen Peters actually did a lot of research on that, and horses have millions of what's called mirror neurons, so they can tell what you're thinking, and it goes back to the old saying that a horse mirrors the inside of a human soul.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
I've never heard it put that way, but that really brings it home. So like, say a person has an older horse, and we know that the older horses are more gentle. And say, do you take donated horses by chance?
Absolutely.
Can people donate a horse?
Yes, we love donated horses. Right now we have about 12 working horses. So we usually take horses on a 30-day contract just to make sure that we can meet their needs. And we're okay with maintenance, but we just need to know, what they need to really thrive in our program. So we take a lot of horses on donations, on long-term lease, and we'll pay for the upkeep as long as they're, working in our program, and many of them retire with us also.
Wow. Oh, that's wonderful.
Can I jump back to what you're doing this weekend then? Was it Saturday, did you say?
Yep, Saturday. It starts at 4 o'clock at Borrowed Bucks Roadhouse. You can get tickets at the door. They are limited, but we also have on our Facebook, we have an Eventbrite ticket site where you can grab your ticket for only $20 and supports two great causes.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. How are you raising the money through this? Is there tickets and what?
Yep.
Okay.
There's tickets, and then we'll have a few games that you can purchase and try to win some prizes and have some Kentucky Derby fun.
So when I think of Borrowed Bucks, I think of a younger crowd, but it's not necessarily so. I mean, this is all ages are welcome.
Absolutely. So we actually are lucky enough to rent the back party room.
Oh, sure.
So it's exclusive to our guests. So yeah, I think the average age at our Kentucky Derby party is probably, mid-40s. So
and it's a huge room. So
it is.
What are you girls doing this week?
I'm going to a derby.
Yeah,
and I
might have to rethink my whole schedule right now.
Yeah, they'll have it on all the TVs. It's fun and a great way to support.
I think I would like you to come look at one of my horses. I think it would be good for your program. So,
absolutely, would love to. We just got back from Arkansas a couple weeks ago. I should send you all a picture, but we got 2 gypsy vanners.
So what is that? Tell me. I know horses, but I've never heard of that.
They're like a draft cross, but they have the feathered feet and really long, majestic mane and tails, and they look like they're straight from a fairy tale. So you'll have to Google gypsy vanners.
So even something like that, so you have say a young girl who might be afraid to get on that horse, just combing the horse's hair is therapeutic for those kids.
Absolutely. There's a lot of therapeutic qualities of a horse. And really, I had a student this morning that said, I thought this is perfect for today's, when I knew I was coming in here, she just said to trust the process. And it's so true. If you can trust the process of the relationship and what you're building with that horse, it's really easy to go into life or whatever it is you're struggling with and kind of learn to trust that process as well.
And hasn't some of the kids in your program, or maybe even adults, it has helped them to develop a trust level that they may never have been able to develop before?
Yeah, we hear the words a lot with, surveys and kind of when we're doing our goal setting is trust, respect, confidence. Those are the words that, we almost always hear from our participants. And oftentimes we don't even know what the horse is doing for them until after their parents or their caregivers will tell us stories, and it touches us and brings tears to our eyes every time.
I was going to say, I bet you cry sometimes.
Yep.
So how many years have you had this particular derby, this event?
This is our third year, so it's our third event. This year the Kentucky Derby was postponed from 2020 until September, so we get 2 Kentucky Derby parties in 1 year, so it's our third event. Yeah, so we've raised a few $1,000s
and so someone can also donate more if they want to donate more than the cost of the ticket. Are you going to have a donation bucket or something else where they can just donate?
Yep, we're going to have a donation bucket, and both the Bismarck Cancer Center and ourselves have a donate tab on our website. So yeah, we'll have a few silent auction items and those types of things if you want to help us out a little bit more.
And can we bring a silent auction item?
Yeah, that would be super.
Okay. All right. Well, Katie, we ran out of time again, but we do appreciate you stopping by. It's always so nice to talk to you and hear the success stories and what you're doing for people here in our community. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes, we hope you come back and join us again. We'll be back after this on Ladies of Another View on Back.
Respect, innovation, trust, and excellence. These core values can be seen in every building built by Straightway Construction. In the community for over 15 years, Straightway Construction has become the premier construction company for commercial projects. From dirt to design and framing to finish, Straightway Construction is your #1 choice. You won't have to look far to find a project that has that Straightway touch. Call them today or go online to straightwayconstruction.com and let them make your vision a reality.
Deciding how to promote your business can be hard. Visit the professionals at Dakota Promotions and Printing and let them help you through your struggle. Dakota Promotions provides promotional items and apparel from corporate gifts to team shirts and everything in between. With quick turnaround times and friendly service, they are your best choice. And best yet, you're shopping local. Visit them online at dakotapromo.com or stop in their showroom at 320 West Main in Mandan. Dakota Promotions, delivering promotions just for you.
Every great pizza has a secret. At New York To Go, that secret lies in our perfectly recreated New York water, the key ingredient to making our signature New York-style pizza. We also feature gyros, with the region's only gyro meat spit, plus Nathan's hot dogs, calzones, and our delicious jumbo buffalo wings. Try a 14-inch or our special giant 20-inch pizza tonight. You gotta know how to fold them if you want to hold them. New York To Go, we deliver for you.
40 years ago, Aero Service Team started with 1 truck and lots of hard work.
Times may have changed, but the hard work that we put in to get your lives back in order after fire, water, and disaster hasn't.
Over the years, we've seen so many families lose their belongings due to water and fire damage. Restoring homes back to the original state has made every hour of hard work well worth it.
Thank you for trusting our family with yours.
When disaster strikes, you only have to make 1 call. Aero Service Team does it all.
Indoor football is back in Bismarck. Bucks football season is right around the corner. Grab a friend or family member for a night of action-packed, hard-hitting entertainment. The Bucks open at the Bismarck Event Center May 8th as they take on the Massachusetts Pirates. Catch the sweetest seats in the house right on the sidelines with VIP service at a Bucks turf table. Available now for single game purchases. Secure your tickets today by calling 701-595-0771. Bucks football, half the field and double the fun.
I'm Rick Becker from No Apologies. Welcome to your after hours oasis of sanity.
How can these people not see that they're just clowns?
We help simplify and educate you on things going on in the legislature and around the country.
Asking the hard-hitting questions.
But also having Lee Stack and Sid and Marty Croft stuff, and we've talked about that sometimes. It's bad.
Watch us weeknights at 9 Central on Beck News and online at beck.news.
Welcome back to Ladies of Another View on Beck. Wasn't that a fun segment? I mean,
Yes.
she is so great. She did drop these t-shirts off. I wanted to show you for the 4 hosts today. So I think that is so sweet. But she was here a couple months ago, and she had meant to bring them last time and didn't. So I just wanted to give her a shout out for that. So this brings us to our last segment of the day, and it's what we call the lighter side. And I found this video hilarious. So anyone who's been a first-time parent and maybe a second or third-time parent or a fifth, you're gonna love it.
Oh, babe, did you make me dinner? Wait, baby carrots, baby corn, pigs in the blanket, a bun in the oven? You're pregnant! Yeah! Oh.
Hey, Mr. Hansy.
Wait, what? When did this happen?
July, COVID, working from home.
We're gonna be outnumbered.
Okay, no sliced meats, no sushi, and no caffeine. Listen, no one can tell me what I can and cannot eat.
All right, babe, are you ready? I set up an elaborate Rube Goldberg machine gender reveal.
Woo!
Let's do it! Oh, Doc, we already have one of each. Just tell us what it is.
Okay, baby names.
I think we should use a family name.
Oh, I love that. Have you thought about baby name?
Kristoff or Elsa.
Love it. Oh, you guys, look how cute these baby boy clothes are.
Hey, babe, I think Mary left a couple bags of kids' clothes by the door.
No, no more baby clothes. Make her take them back. Chase her down. So my birthing plan is very important to me.
Of course.
I want an all-natural birth. We need a birthing ball, dim lights, essential oils.
Of course.
And we will have a doula.
I don't know what that is, but yes.
And I want to have acupuncture before we try any other pain relief.
Our birth is going to be flawless.
I just want the baby to come out of me in April. That's the plan. I love coffee. Hey babe, our cloth diapers are here. We're gonna cut down on so much waste.
Hey, babe, the disposable diapers are here. Okay, yeah, just park the second truck right over there, guys.
Delivery playlist.
Check.
Pacifier.
Check.
Dock attach.
Check.
My curling iron.
Check.
My makeup.
Check.
3 baby outfits.
Wait, why do we have to bring 3 baby outfits?
I haven't seen him yet. I don't know what he's gonna look good in.
Check, check, check.
Spanx in a water bottle. All packed.
So you don't need your makeup then?
No, I'm gonna be in a diaper.
Copy that.
Babe, my water broke.
What? What do we do? Oh my God, we gotta get the hospital. We gotta get the hospital back, babe. I got. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm
babe,
not ready.
We gotta get the
I'm not
hospital.
ready.
Count your contractions. I'm timing them. Hold on. We gotta go. I'm coming, babe. I'm coming. Is it gonna happen here? Oh God. I need my mom.
Oh, babe, my water just broke.
Oh wow. Do we need to go to the hospital?
Nah, let's finish this episode. Oh, and let's order some Wingstop because they won't give me any food when I get to the hospital.
That'll kick into labor too.
I just thought that was hilarious.
That's great.
And so appropriate. And I guess I could add also when you carry a diaper bag, that first baby, it's like, oh my gosh, you got this big diaper bag and a big purse. By the third one, you carry a diaper and the portable wet wipes, and out the door you run.
Yep, I had a fanny pack. I used to just stick it in, so I didn't have to carry anything. That's that dude dad. We had him on last week for the Target dads.
This guy was?
Yep,
Oh.
that's him. And as far as I can tell, because I was looking to see if their third baby has been born yet, and it hasn't, but it should be. We should keep an eye on it. I'm sure he'll make another video after it's born.
Gosh. That's what you were saying, you know, your first baby and you've got the bottles and everything's so sterile and you get it in the bag and you've got to have the top and you've got to have it all, you know, and then by the third baby it's like, yeah, the bottle fell on the ground, the nipple might have hit, yeah, who cares? Just lick it off and give it to the baby. You know what I mean?
My first and only baby had colic for the first 6 months.
Oh.
So I remember saying to my sister, I know why people throw their babies at the wall now.
Yeah, I had
They
a
say
friend.
really bad baby, really good teenager. So hopefully that's true.
Right,
And
right.
he is 17, right? And he's a pretty good teenager? Very good. Well, then you lucked out.
Well, as the mother of 10 children, we, with the first one, you know, did everything and wanted, and then on the second one, I was trying to keep up with that because I didn't want him to miss out on anything. What we found out is child number 8 and 9 outperformed all the kids in everything because just they had siblings, they rode their bikes earlier, they read earlier. I mean, they rode their bikes at, like, they could swim at 4, they rode their bikes by 5, and I thought, you know, don't sweat it. A little less attention could reap good benefits.
I'd like to know amongst you ladies and also our viewers, how many of you have had child shaming go on from your adult kids who say, where's my baby book? How come the first one has all these pictures and all these things that you saved, and here's mine, and it's got one picture and when I was born, and that's about it, you know?
I'm
By
the
the
fifth girl, I tell you what. Here's another girl, Mrs. Hoff. Here's another girl, Mrs. Hoff.
I mean, you run out of time, and it's like, I don't even care. You know, I mean, I do, but I don't have time.
Then you have boxes and boxes of pictures that someday when you're old, you're going to sort out and put in an album and get them on DVDs or
Well, at
whatever
least
they
you
do.
don't have to worry about, is this Cole or is this Ethan? Is this
Oh my
Cindy, is this
gosh,
Claire?
yes. If you wait too long and they look a lot alike, you're not sure
Exactly.
which one it is. I started getting manila envelopes and just putting all their pictures in the envelope, so at least I sorted them. Well, then now with iPhones, who even prints out pictures anymore?
Right. And you know what I learned? If you don't write the dates on the back, you can later on, if somebody tries to pin you down, you can write a date on there and nobody can disprove you.
There you
So
go.
the one thing I do want any advice to any new parents out there, when your kids say funny things, do write it down, put it in an envelope, and save it. You won't regret it. That's the one thing
I
that
agree.
I love.
I agree.
So with that being said, we have run out of time again today. We appreciate you spending your afternoon with us, and we'll see you next time on Ladies of Another View on Beck.